the 4 kinds of sentences. Today we're going to talk about the 4 types of sentences that we have in grammar and in writing. And we're going to go through each one of them, and then we're going to practice them in the sentences below. So we're going to start by just reading the 4 boxes we have at the top. The first sentence is the most basic and simplest one. It's a declarative sentence, which makes a statement. So you might want to practice that word, declarative. To declare just means to say something, to tell something. So this is like a sentence that just tells us a fact, like my house is green, the grass is tall, the tree is large. So it's just a basic statement of a fact. And when we see it in a sentence, we label it with a letter D for declarative, and it ends always, a declarative sentence ends in a period. And so it's just a statement of fact, so it just ends in a period. So when we see these in our sentences, we'll say it's a statement, it's a declarative sentence, and it ends in a period. All right? The next one is a little bit harder to say. It's an imperative sentence. Imperative. So practice that word a couple of times. Imperative. That's its formal name. An imperative sentence is a command. And a command is when you tell someone to do something. So if I see an imperative sentence, I'm going to label it with an IMP, short for imperative. And a command might be shut the door, sit down, be quiet. So it's when you're telling somebody to do something. It's different than a declarative sentence because a declarative sentence tells you just a fact. The door needs to be closed. But a command is telling you to do something. Close the door. Now, an imperative sentence sometimes ends in a period and sometimes ends in an exclamation point because you might be being told to do it in a very strong way. So sometimes a period and sometimes an exclamation point. Our third kind of sentence is an interrogative sentence. Again, that's a big word, so you might want to practice saying that a couple of times. Interrogative, interrogative. All right, an interrogative sentence asks a question. Do you like the candy? That's a question. And so when we see this kind of sentence, we're going to use the label INT, which again is short for interrogative. And this kind of sentence is going to end in a question mark because it's asking a question. Our fourth kind of sentence is an exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory. These are all big words. Exclamatory sentence expresses strong feeling. It's when you're really, really excited about something. So we've got strong feeling. And if we're writing and we want somebody to know that we're saying it with strong feeling, we end it with an exclamation point. And when we label these kind, we'll use the letter E for exclamatory. So let's say them again. You practice saying them out loud. Ready? The first kind is declarative. The second kind is imperative. The third kind is interrogative. And the fourth kind is exclamatory. Okay? So you say out loud the answers to the questions, and then I'll give you the answer. So if it ends in a period and it's a statement, what kind of sentence is it? It's a declarative. Good. What if it is said with really strong excitement and feeling? What kind of sentence is it? Good. It's exclamatory. What if I'm asking a question? Good. It's an interrogative. All right. What kind of sentence is a command? What do we call a command? Good. An imperative. Which kind of sentence ends with a question mark? Good. Interrogative. What kind of sentences can end with an exclamation point? You should have said imperative or exclamatory because they can both end with an exclamation point. Good. We're going to practice with some sentences now. So I'm going to scroll down so we can see the sentences. And we're going to look at these sentences and decide what type of sentence they are. Okay? My dentist is a nice man. Is it a statement that's telling me a fact? Is it a command that's telling me to do something? Is it a question that's asking me something? Or is it something that's got strong feeling that's being said with real excitement? My dentist is a nice man. It's probably just a basic statement, right? And so a statement is a declarative sentence. And a declarative sentence ends with a period. So we are going to take and put a period at the end of the sentence and then say declarative, D. The second sentence, take this medicine now. Well, if I think about that, is that a statement of a fact? Take this medicine now. No, it's not really telling me anything about the medicine. It's not a fact about the medicine, so it's not a fact, a statement. It's not declarative. Is it a command? Take this medicine now. Yes, good. So a command, remember, a command is an imperative sentence. So we use IMP. So we're going to put IMP, and then we're going to decide for ourselves, does this imperative sentence need a period or an exclamation point? Well, it depends on if somebody's saying it very calmly. Take this medicine now, or if they're being very strong about it. Take this medicine now. If they are, we would use an exclamation point. The punctuation at the end will tell our readers how we mean for it to be read. All right, sentence number 3. Will you come to the party? Is this a fact? Is it a statement? Will you come to the party? Nope. Is it a command? Will you come to the party? Is it telling you to do something? Nope. Is it a question? Will you come to the party? Yes, it is a question, so it needs a question mark. And remember, we call question sentences interrogative. Remember practicing those words, interrogative sentence. Well, we've used our declarative sentence, we've used our imperative, and our interrogative. I bet you can tell what the last one is meant to be. The wind shook our house. And if I put an exclamation point on it, it means I'm going to say it with really strong feeling and excitement. The wind shook our house. And that would be an exclamatory sentence. All right, good. So these are our 4 types of sentences. We'll be practicing those some more in our work in class. So if you're not familiar with them, you might want to go back and practice saying those with the video one more time. You're done.